Hi guys, it's me, Ruowen Huang. I'm gonna have a very busy day today, so I'm gonna try to see if I can squeeze a couple episodes in before I start my busy day. Anyway, before I begin, let me first introduce myself. My name is Ruowen Huang. I'm an author, spirit coach, and also a psychic. In this particular episode, I just want to answer a question. So obviously, a reader was asking this question, and then I believe it would be a common question for everybody. That's why I'm here to hopefully answer your question. So the question is, what factor would decide one can successfully commit suicide? I get it. I mean, a long time ago, I share my personal view of ones who commit suicide, who kill themselves. I did do this for a really long time, so it was or it is still hard for me to see those souls trapped in their own bubble, cannot get out of this suicidal bubble, and then that's why I highly, highly recommend it to you all, if whoever is listening this episode right now, or whatever episode I have, is please do not consider suicide is the way out, because it is not. It's not a way out. Where the things that you couldn't, you struggle so much for you to you decide you cannot deal with it, and then you have to choose to go, leave. The thing is, you have to deal with it after you commit suicide. So this is something, it's hard for me to watch, it's hard for me to share, and then I highly recommend you guys to reconsider, because before you commit suicide, you may or may not believe, your soul is not that dumb. Really, they are not that dumb. Give them some credit. They did plan see a helper around you. They do plan people around you who is honestly able to help you solve your problem, to help you find a good solution to it. So reach out to them. Really, reach out to them. I know it's hard to talk. I mean, I joke about it all the time. When we are in our bad mood, it's really hard for us to talk. It's hard for us to share what our problem is, right? It's hard to find someone who can listen. But trust me, your soul do plan someone around you. You may know them, you may not know them, but they are there to help you solve this problem, to help you get out of this circle and bubble you cannot get out. As I say, it's always better to work your problem when you still have form. Seriously, work it when you still have form. Don't come to the conclusion or epiphany when you die, because guess what? If you do that when you die, you have to redo it all over again. And then when we plan our life blueprint, when we were higher spirit, we often kind of forgetful how painful it feels, right? So anyway, this is not my particular favorite topic, just because it was kind of hard for me to deal with. But then I'll still answer you. Of course, I'm not talking about suicide. I'm gonna simply share with you what factor really matters. Some people commit suicide. It seems like they will get rescued, they will get saved. Some people, they seem to successfully commit suicide. So what factor is that? I mean, in Chinese way of thinking, we think it was because it's time for them to go. It's not time for them to go, but then that might take a little bit factor. But then for the years of observation, I start to realize it really depends on how much your soul is giving up on yourself. Most of the time when we, as you will see, when people get into this depression or getting this mode, I get it. If you don't reach out and talk to people, often you will feel like struggle, and you would question where that struggle come from. That struggle usually come from your conscious, is what your knowledge know about this world that you're living in, like what you believe this world that you're living in. And then the other pole, like your conscious is already giving up. It's like, there's nothing I can do. Dying is the only solution I can do, right? Then, I can never get out of this, whatever that story is telling you. But you will often feel a little bit poor. And that pull is usually from your higher self. It's that soul knowing this is not it and trying so many ways. Trust me, they did try. They tried so many to tell you this is not it. This is not it. So very often when people right before they commit suicide, they would feel this pull. The pull of conscious say, no, this is it, and no, this is not it. Somewhere along the way, as the life prolonged, what ended up happening is your higher spirit would got tired, right? It would got tired, it got drained because it probably doesn't have enough sleep. You probably got restless night that you don't have time for your body and soul to have a good connection together. So therefore it's drained and that connection start getting very separated. So because it's got very separated, somehow, some way it got convinced. There's no way out, right? So, or you truly believe there's no way out, and therefore convince your soul, or your soul is simply drained and tired, and then say, you know what, if you're tired of this, fine, just I give up too. It's when your higher spirits, your higher self is also giving up and say, fine, just do whatever you want. I just gonna replan this over again. So now if you wanna get out, just get out, right? You know what I mean? So I think the main factor to decide it, one that would successfully commit suicide or not, it really depends on how much the soul is giving up. Not giving up on them, but giving up on debating with you. Debating with your conscience, debating with you, because very often at least I would see, I don't know you see, but you will see how the conversation between higher self and your conscious saying, well, why didn't you help me? The conscious very often will say, why didn't you help me? And then the higher spirit say, I did. I tried everything to help you, but you're just so stubborn, you're not listening. And then you will hear conscious say, try harder. Try harder. So this has been a lot of battling, like at least in my I did consult quite a lot of clients. I did see a lot of spirits. I did experience a lot of spirit. I talked to ghosts a lot of time to tell you again and again and again. I get it. People have a perception of death. They truly believe death is the end of the story. I keep telling you, if you truly understand what I see, truly understand where I come from, truly understand what I know, you would not say so. Understand one thing, soul don't die. It's an existence, it doesn't die because you have a conscious existence. If you understand that, you understand you're responsible, you're planning your life, and you will never plan a life that you cannot solve, you cannot plan the obstacle you cannot overcome, then understand there is help around you. So when you trap yourself in that bubble and believing nobody can help me in this world, think again. What I'm asking you, really, really encourage you guys to think again, because your soul is not that dumb, and you really have to trust it, because they know. A soul, as a spirit, you are all knowing, so you know. So you are not that dumb to plan a life that you cannot overcome. So now think, if I myself cannot solve this problem, where did I hide the clue? It's like scavenger hunt. Where is the clue? Where is the help? Listen. At this time, if you are in your bubble, you couldn't solve the problem. At least learn to listen. If you cannot talk, learn to listen. Because trust me, your higher spirit is trying over and over and working overtime, working really hard to try to throw you clue. You know what? And the clue will come to you the most acceptable way that you would know, that you will get. So anyway, just an episode, simply just want to answer a question. What factor would decide one can successfully commit suicide? The factor depending on how your soul is losing on the debate. The debate is in other way is how your soul is totally giving up. But it's not really giving up on you, which it will not happen, because at the end of the day, the soul knows this is still his own journey, her own journey, something he had to overcome, something he had to complete, right? So he's not really giving up on you, but he or she may be giving up on debating with your conscience, especially if you are stubborn and you truly believe what you know is true. He may, due to lack of sleep and restless night, he might giving up debating with you and decided, okay, if that's what you believe, then that just playing this over again once you are out of this body, right? So anyway, that's the things I can share with you. But I also understand that nowadays, like 13 reasons why I kill myself, I think it's a movie. It's a Netflix series. It's talking about how bullying and all that. But for those I know, I mean, me, myself included, so not just you guys, ever have a thought of killing yourself. Here, let me share with you from my point of view. I mean, I also had that thought before. So I know how hard it is to pull ourselves out of this. So I really hope my voice can get into you guys at least right for a second. I don't know for how long. But what I really want you to do is please hear me out. Killing yourself is never the solution. It's not. Why you believe when you kill yourself, you're free from everything else, let me repeat myself again. You are not. You are most likely trapped in a suicidal bubble that you create for yourself while you are still living is how the world fight against you. So when you commit suicide, most likely you're trapped in this bubble. You are trapped in this bubble. There's a purpose for this bubble. Why are you trapped on this? You're supposed to learn those are not true. You're supposed to learn this bullying is simply your perception. They don't speak truth. There's a way out for this. There's a way to overcome this, right? Only when you can get that epiphany, get that understanding, then this bubble will break. So since this is a process, you have to do it anyway. Why don't you just do it when you're still alive? You know what I mean? So then second things, please do understand your soul, your high spirits is not that stupid. Really, they are not. Give them some credit, give them some hope, give them some belief, because they planted seed around you. They planted helper around you. They planted anyway, especially we live in the world of technology, especially we live in the world that we can communicate through internet, even the people who is all away across the world, you know what I mean? They are voice everywhere. Reach out. If you have hard time talking, then listen, because trust me, their voice anywhere. Sometimes it will be show up in the book, sometimes it will show up in a movie, sometimes it will show up on newspaper, sometimes it will even show up in the conversation of the couple or people who's sitting right next to you when you have a cup of coffee. Trust me, there are voice anywhere. If you cannot reach out, speak it out your pen. Try to listen. Try to seek for the clue. Try to do some scavenger hunt yourself, because you do plant seed everywhere. So anyway, I understand how hard it is, because I myself struggle at, for a period of time too. And I know how hard it is to get out there. But that's why, as much as you complain internet is bad, as much as you complain internet is got bully place or people use, bad language, trust me, there are good people out there too. So have some hope. Seriously, reach out. Talk to people. You will find your solution. But anyway, I don't know. This topic easily get me but emotional. But what I really try to say is, through time, I hope I can share in detail what my perception or what I've seen so far. I could not see what I don't see. But what I've seen so far, what I learned from my past experience. But, for now, I hope that idea can get into you guys. So before you want to kill yourself or before you want to commit suicide, I hope none of you ever do. But understand there was a tipping point or whatever, depending if you're going to successfully kill yourself or not. It's depending on how much you really giving up. And understand it's not depending on your consciousness. It's really much depending on your soul. If your soul still has some energy or something, most likely you won't. So if you won't be successful, then don't even bother trying. You know what? Just have a good rest. Go have a good sleep. Sleep for 24 hours. Make sure your soul and your body reconnect again so you can actually think. You know what I mean? Don't make any decision when your brain cannot even think. You know what I mean? So go have a good sleep, watch a good movie, have a good cup of coffee, then we talk. Then let's talk if this is doable. Then you will know when your conscious come back, your higher self will try every way to tell you, say, hey, don't do this, we can do this. We can do this together. So, or if you don't hear them, hear me out. We can do this together. So anyway, Wasn't planning to talk this long, but oh well. So anyway, again, if you like what I'm doing, you can always join me live on Facebook or go to subscribe my YouTube channel or my website, ruowen.com. Till then, I see you guys next time. Bye!